What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. We're going to be talking about the top 10 men's signature scents that you could rock literally every single season, all day, all year round. Before we get started, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. And let's go ahead and kick things off with one of the most affordable ones on this list. One that I've been rocking for quite some time, for a couple of years actually. This is called Versace Dylan Blue. This is like the Ambroxan Sauvage DNA meets a little bit of Oriental peppers and incense. It lasts all day, it projects, it gets compliments, at least in my experience. This isn't one that you want to spray on and sniff up close, but if you spray this bad boy on, you walk out about 15 minutes later, you're set. Performance for this, it'll last all day and it'll project very moderately of about 2 to 3 feet for like 4 freaking hours. The occasion's signature scent and all year round. You can find this at discounters. Check all the links down in the description where you can get it at the lowest and authentic prices on the internet, basically. Versace Dylan Blue will always be in my collection and you can rock this literally anywhere. Coming in at number 2 place, although it's not numbered in any specific order, I just said number 2 because it is. This is called Terre d'Hermès Eau Intense Vetiver. This is the most intense in the woody nature, but if you enjoy those woodsy citrus style fresh fragrances, this is the king of all. There are a couple of other vetiver fragrances in the space like Guerlain Vetiver that do deserve a little bit of recognition, but this takes the cake in terms of overall scent profile and longevity. Performance will last 10 plus hours on clothing and it'll project for a solid 2 feet, nothing really more than that. And that's what you would want from a fragrance like this. It exudes class, sophistication, and maturity. The occasions is everywhere and every single season. It does have the strength and power to last even during the colder weather. Even on discounters, it might be marked up a little bit, but it's still absolutely worth the pickup and I'll always have it in my collection. Terre d'Hermès Eau Vetiver Intense. Coming in at number 3, much better than the original fragrance because of its longevity, although it does sacrifice a little bit of the citruses at the top. It's Acqua di Gio Eau de Parfum, the brand new release. It kind of revives the old school longevity of the original fragrance while dropping a little bit of those citruses. It still works, it still smells pretty good. It's fresh, it's aromatic and woody in the dry down. This will give you a solid 7 to 8 hours, which is 4 hours more than the current batches and formulations of the original. You spray this on and you can go literally anywhere. Dates, office, school, gym, it works. In terms of the price point, it is up there for now because it is a new release, but I bought it at retail. I'm not really disappointed. Very basic, easy, aromatic, masculine, fresh. It'll definitely put you in the same vein as Acqua di Gio original, just giving you much more performance. On to the next fragrance. This is citruses. It's also got this ISO-y super woody and resinous. It's called Dior Sport. The newest formulation smells like a mashup between the old school Sport and the new school Dior original 2020. That ISO-y super and then all of those citruses blended into one fragrance right here, giving you a totally better fragrance than both, honestly. You get the citruses you would get with some of that cologne vibe, and you also get that very masculine and easy, dry, woody nature of the ISO-y super you get in the old school, or the new school, sorry, Dior Homme. It's the best signature scent that you can get from all of those, the Dior Homme, the Dior Homme Sport, etc. In terms of the performance, this will last you a solid 8 to 9 hours. Those resins really hold on for a long time, and those citruses will fade off around hour 4. Nevertheless, it'll still work. In terms of the projection, it's more of an aura. It's kind of like 1 to 2 feet, but it does leave scent trails pretty nicely. Occasions, this is a no-brainer, everything and everywhere fragrance. For the price, you are paying a little bit of a premium with these, and on discounters, they're not really that discounted, but it's still worth it, and I would still recommend you check those discounters as well. Next fragrance is where we're gonna start treading into more fabric softener vibe fragrances, and these are perfect for daily scents. Who wouldn't feel confident in just smelling clean? Sometimes it doesn't have to be the most complex fragrances that'll get you the compliments or just make you feel good. Prada L'Homme, it's got iris, cardamom, and neroli, and it smells like fabric softener vibes from the Middle East, actually, because of that cardamom, the oriental spice, a little bit woody undertones, that neroli, and yeah, basically the iris. So fluffed up, softened up, extremely compliment worthy, and you can rock this every single day. Sure, you can rock it even during the summertime, but I would personally say keep it away from the highest of high heats unless you're going into air conditioning. In terms of the performance, I get all day, and the projection is solid for the first 3 to 4 hours. The occasions, it also can be dressed up into dates and special events. I think this is one of the absolute best. And for a designer fragrance, I think it's one of the top tier ones. On to the next fabric softener style fragrance. This is called YSL Myself Eau de Parfum, the original. This is one that's light, it's effervescent, it's very citrus forward, and a lot of orange flower, leaving beautiful scent trails. It has a pretty unisex traits to it. Ultimately, I think that it's still relatively masculine in totality, but its performance is also one that's going to give you 8 to 9 hours, and it projects like a champ, about 3 feet for like 2 hours. The scent trails is where this one one's going to absolutely garner the most compliments because of what the scent trail is in itself, and also because of how well it performs in that department. Occasions is everywhere, everything, dressed up and dressed down. Finally, in this realm, it's going to be Armani Code Parfum, one of the most masculine and grown takes on this fabric softener vibe. It takes that tonka bean style sweetness coming from the Armani Code and the musk, but it tones it down significantly and it blankets it in these nice concoction of florals, mostly iris. A beautiful fragrance that smells like the office, but can also be dressed up. It is one as well that I would say, you know, try and keep it in air conditioning during the summertime, but you could still get away with it. Masculine, fabric softener, and modern at the same time. On to the next fragrance is a classic, but I think is still in date, and I don't think it'll ever go out of style. It's called Chanel Allure Homme. If you're looking for something that's aromatic, musky, woody, fresh, there's some citruses in here, the note of peach, etc. Allure Homme exudes like luxury. It smells like a luxury style. Old school money is basically what it smells like, without actually really emphasizing on that old school. I personally have smelled this on a couple of people on a daily basis, although it's not one of the more popular fragrances, and it smells fantastic. Out of all of the flankers, I think this one gets overshadowed by a lot of the Allure Homme Sport, Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, but in terms of like the overall scent experience, this has to be one of the best ones for me. I get a lot more accords, a lot more of those fruits. That musky tonka bean accord that you'll get inconsistent with all of the Allures is still here, but it's one of the brightest and easiest ones to wear. You can rock this in any occasion, dressed up or dressed down as well, and I believe it to be one of the most underrated ones. Next up, Ralph's Club Parfum. Fresh, masculine, daily. An aromatic, fresh, woody fragrance that starts off with a very crisp green apple and a lot of these aromatic herbs like lavender, there's sage, and there's also that geranium. So you're gonna get a lot of those herbal nuances that are backed with some dry woods like vetiver specifically. A bit of florals to soften things out coming from the orange flowers. It's also supporting note to some of those citruses at top, keeping it slightly fresh for a longer period of time, but it ultimately dries down into like this vetiver and cedarwood dominant aromatic fragrance. So tea and woods basically. Fresh, masculine, woody, and you can rock this every single day. Performance for Ralph's Club Parfum is the best out of the entire lineup. It's going, except for the elixir, it's going to give you a solid 8 to 9 hours, and the projection is solid for the first 2 hours. The occasions for this is very easy. You can literally go anywhere with this. It's fresh, it's dry, it's woody. It's nothing spectacular, but it's actually pretty high-end smelling in that realm of fragrances. So if you're just looking for a casual fragrance for the office, etc., this is one to go with. It kind of places me in a similar realm of other more designer-like fragrances that try to utilize the vetiver note, and basically simple as that. For the price, I still think it's one of the best ones. I compared this with some other great signature scents worthy fragrances like Polo 67 from the same brand, except that this one just seems like it has more character, it's more bold, it's richer, and there's something more compliment worthy about a scent profile that is bolder and richer. Finally, the price point of this fragrance is actually one of its strong suits. You can find this on discounters for relatively affordable prices, as with many of the other Polo fragrances, and it actually performs. Last but not least, it's an oldie, but it's a goodie, and it's been around for a long time because it's actually that good. YSL Eau de Parfum performs, it lasts, it gets compliments, it just works. Scent profile of this opens up very crisp and attention-grabbing green apple, very crisp green apple, a zingy-ass ginger, then you've got some juniper berries, adding even more so to that whole crisp nature of the fragrance. You have some aromatic sage, herbal nuances backing it up, and then it starts to get richer and warmer from this amber woods and tonka bean combination. It smells good, it smells clean, it performs, it projects, and the occasions of this is dressed up and dressed down and literally everywhere and all seasons. For the price, you can find it on discounters. It still stays relatively high, but in terms of the quality, you guys, it's really hard to beat this fragrance just in its overall mass appeal, and that's in turn what makes it one of the best signature scents. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the top 10 men's signature scents. Stay tuned for that future remake of the video in 6-7 months or so to see if anything changes or any groundbreaking new fragrances that maybe tops one of these. Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Till the next video, peace.